What's up, everybody? This is Stephen Williams, founder and president of the creditrepairshop.com. This is going to be a very short video. I wanted to make you aware, just in case you maybe had a Wells Fargo auto loan. A lot of people that were involved when they were watching my videos about Santander, the Santander multi-state settlement, they were stating that they had issues with Wells Fargo, that Wells Fargo was basically doing the same thing that Santander was accused of doing. And this is their statements. I have, no insider knowledge about it. Well, one of the customers that we did do some disputing with regarding a repo that happened with Wells Fargo, they just sent us this letter. Let me cover up. I don't want to make sure it don't have the customer's name or nothing on there. But here we go. Here it says Wells Fargo at the top. What they did is they said that they reviewed everything from the dispute that we sent in, and that they have determined. Now, this is what they stated. Obviously, this is uh, potentially. I want to be careful with my words. Potentially not the truth, but this is what they stated. They said that during a review of the Wells Fargo auto account reference on the enclosed check, which he sent a copy of a cashier's check where they gave him money, uh, $591 more than what they're giving people that got repo with Santander. They giving only $244. Uh, we did not sell the vehicle in the required time frame, and as a result, you are no longer responsible for paying any remaining balance on the account. Now let's break that down. They repoed the vehicle, and they stated that they did not sell the vehicle in the allotted time frame, required time frame, and as a result, you are not responsible for paying any remaining balance on the account. Now, we're not going to complain about them giving him a check and wiping away the balance and taking all of the information about this account off of the credit reports. We're not going to complain about that, but what I want to do is I want to give them credit. I want to give them credit for going ahead and getting ahead of the game on something that they probably felt was going to start coming down, because Wells Fargo already had some problems before with having where their sales reps were making fake accounts just so they can make quotas. It looks like what they're doing is that they're getting ahead of what could potentially happen, like what happened with Santander, and just say, why pay the legal fees? Why go through any fights in court? Why don't we just get ahead and pay people a refund of money? I don't know what they're calling this. They don't actually state what they're calling it, but they're giving people a check, and for this client, it was $591.41. I don't know what they based it off of. And then they're wiping out the balance, the deficiency balance on the repossession, and they're taking all the bad history off of the reports. I can tell you the only thing that we did for this client is we did what we do all the time, is that we had a repossession and we did a, uh, a verification of debt with Wells Fargo, because Wells Fargo, or let's just say, let's take Wells Fargo out of the picture. When you have a repossession, you have a right to get certain documentation from that uh, finance company that repo the vehicle, and the documents are your original contract, your the auction statement to show what the vehicle was sold for at auction. You have a right to get that information. Now, you can't say that you don't owe the debt, because they got a contract and you had a vehicle and you were paying these people money. But you can, your door that opens is, I want the original contract, and this is what you look for in the original contract. is, did they have any type of credit insurance? This is what credit insurance is, and it goes by different names. If you are unable to pay the payments, sometimes the credit insurance will make the payments. If you default on the loans, the credit insurance can pay, in this case, Wells Fargo, the balance. Pay them the money or a portion of the loan. A lot of people are unaware of this, but people that have subprime loans have been hit and they see these things on the contract, and what they do in the dealership is they'll say like, well, just in case you run into any trouble, let's put this little insurance on here. It's only going to cost you about $10 on top of your payment that you already are making, but it protects you. And then when people usually don't go bad on the car, maybe a year or 2 years, and then all of a sudden they can't make their payments, they forget about that because they're just emotional and they're just going through the stress of getting their car repoed, the stress of not being able to make payments, the stress of all of the other things that's going on in their life. So they forget about that. They don't even care. The contract, all I know is that they're repoing the car and I signed the contract, and I don't even know why do I even need to get the contract. Well, you need to get the contract because the contract can state things on there that protected you with, if the loan went bad, if the vehicle got repossessed, or if you were not able to make payments, which goes into what I really think this whole thing was about. This is only my opinion. This is not based on any insider information that or anything that I've read or seen from Wells Fargo. What I'm going off of is what I've seen from dealing with clients where this similar thing has happened. I've never had them where they gave a check, but I have seen it to where uh, the vehicle was sold for the amount that was owed on the loan or a little bit above. What I'm thinking from, and this is what I've seen with other customers, that the vehicle was taken, the vehicle was repoed, the vehicle was put up for sale at auction, and the vehicle was sold. And when they did an audit, from when we did the request to get the documentation, the contract, and what it sold at auction, they said, look at this. This vehicle sold for more than what this individual actually owed us, and we need to give them some money. As a matter of fact, they did not give the auction statement. They did not provide the original contract. What they did is they just sent this letter and they sent the check, knowing that when an individual gets something like this, that they're going to cash it, especially if they're experiencing hard times. Uh, and when this is, let's see here, regular questions. When they know that once this is cashed, it's going to be, uh, you know, really considered a settlement. And so what this customer did is he checked with us first. He said, "What am I agreeing to if I cash this check?" Because obviously he watched some of the Santander videos and he knew that when they were sending out settlements or when they were renegotiating the payments and the amounts on cars, that people were entering into a new contract, and that new contract made you opt out of any potential settlement with the settlement agreement that they had. So he wanted to make sure, because the car was repoed, because they gave him a check, and because they're going to wipe away the outstanding balance that they stated that he owed, we thought that it was a good, this was a good settlement for him, and it'll allow him to be able to move forward and get a new vehicle because they're going to take away all the information about the history on this account off of his uh, off of his credit reports. And it states right here that they will be taking that information off of there. So just wanted to give you this quick update on something that I see coming down the pipe. If you have a loan with Wells Fargo Auto, don't be surprised if you're going to be getting a check in the mail and they're going to state that they're going to take away any outstanding repo debt and taking information off your credit report. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. If you need your reports and scores, because everything starts there. You can't even start credit repair without having complete credit reports and scores. You need to know exactly what's on your credit reports and scores, and don't get it from a free service, because if you do something and get it for free, it's worth just that, nothing. So visit the number 3scores.com and take a look at your reports. And so you might be surprised and see some things that you're not even aware of. And this will give you all three credit reports, all three credit scores, all of the information on your reports, including the furnishers, inquiries, public records, complete account information, addresses, account numbers, uh, original creditors, furnishers, their addresses, everything. Because some furnishers or collection agencies may have multiple addresses, and if you don't have that specific address of that they're using as the furnisher, it could make it harder for you to repair your credit. So I'll end the video here. I would like to thank everybody, and please subscribe to the channel. Please post your questions and comments. I'm going in there every day answering as many as possible. And thank you. Until next time, this is Stephen Williams, founder and president of the creditrepairshop.com. Thank you.